Hey everyone. So this week, a situation that kind of came up was actually out to dinner with my boyfriend, and I tried to make sure that even though my phone was going off, or you know the noise was from like background conversations were happening, or even the music that was playing and outside. I tried to just, block all that out and listen to the conversation. In doing that, I think like I noticed because since I was the only one doing that, I started to notice more of how like I guess our norm, because we live together and everything, we let like our phones distract us, or like we have like a thought mid of somebody else having, speaking, and we'll interrupt. And so actually with me being a little bit more mindful and listening this time around, it was I actually got to notice some of the things that he was doing, which most likely I do the same thing as well. And so I guess that was interesting because also when you're a little bit more of a mindful listener, I think it also opens up like your ability to see body language when you're talking a little bit more, when you're being more conscientious about it. And I think that was one of like the big turnarounds or things that I noticed was how when just trying to block everything else out, how the other person, because that's just how our society is nowadays with, your cell phones or just everything, multitasking all the time, that it's like just part of the norm. And so you, when you're mindful and thinking about it and you're trying to listen, all of those become more apparent. And so I guess that was just one of the most interesting things that I thought when I was trying to be more mindful. Of course, like this is outside of career-wise, where I'm working with patients and I'm listening to everything they're saying. But that's because you're in that mindset of being focused at like work or like even school, right? But in your daily life, when you're not, pressed on the clock or in a different environment that's outside your norm, I think that's when you start to realize a little bit more that hey, like we don't listen very well. And I think by, like I said, by being mindful, you just notice a lot more body language and how much the society has changed, that we are multitasking the whole time. I wonder if other people have also noticed that during this week. I thought it was also kind of funny that my situation happened to be kind of similar to the video. Not, of course, proposal or anything, but just out to dinner. So, yeah, that's all I learned from my little experience this week is pretty much noticing a lot more in terms of silent language, just body language.